I'll find valid in your eyes. You'll always be my night sky.
Hello friends, and welcome to Don't Even Start With Your Squeaky Toy. As soon as I record, you're gonna squeak? He's silly.
Yeah, he's so silly.
Alright, hello friends, and welcome to August. Thank goodness this year will be over sooner. Hopefully it keeps going at this rate. But anyway, so today we are talking about my August TBR, which also includes the Tome Topple, readathon, TBR. And if you don't know about Tome Topple, it is just a 2-week readathon where you read as many tomes or books over 500 pages or as much of a tome as you can. There are challenges and stuff. I will go ahead. First, let me address something else. Sorry. You guys will see that I posted a Reading Rush TBR, which I did read. I did prompts and I vlogged the whole thing, and then I decided it would be in my best interest not to even mess with it anymore because of what came to fruition during the Reading Rush. It's something I don't agree with, and nobody.
I want to show them.
He's showing you a movie. They saw it. Good job. Thank you. I wasn't going to do another readathon this month, but then it was announced, and so I was like, okay, let's just do it. I love the Tome Topple. I love trying to read big books. But so you will see that I don't have very many books on my TBR, but that's because they're all massive. Not all of them, because I have a few that I want to do at the end of the month too. So for the Tome Topple, there are prompts. I don't have to do them. Literally the only goal of this is to read a tome or from a tome, work on it, all that stuff. But they do have prompts for fun, and they have the daily Instagram challenges and stuff like that. But those are just if you feel like it. I'm not going to try for a bingo, honestly. I'm just going to pick a few prompts that I like. The first physical book that I may get to is Words of Radiance by Brandon Sanderson. I've actually had this checked out from the library since February, and of course they just had me keep it and renew it because COVID happened and they closed the library. But this is a beast, okay? It is over 1,300 pages. Will I get to this, or will I finish this? I doubt it, because this is the second book. The first book is The Way of Kings, and that one was a 42-hour long audiobook, and that one took me like the full month to listen to. I love Brandon Sanderson, but these are definitely epic, high fantasy novels, very detailed, in-depth, and they are really good, but it's just not something I can fly through personally. I love them, don't get me wrong, and I love Brandon Sanderson. I actually prefer his young adult fantasy more. I love those. I flew through his and Steelheart. I flew through all of those. These just take me longer to... You're so silly.
You're silly.
Alright, they just take longer for me to read and ingest. So I hope to do some of this, but I don't think I'll be able to finish the whole thing. And the library stop is rumored to be opening this month, so I'm either gonna have to keep renewing it so I can finish it, or return it. I don't know, we'll see. So this one is the first one. Prompt, this one could go for tome with the most pages. I bet this would be it. Truly, I do. The other physical tome I have is The Oath by Frankie Peretti, and this one is a horror novel about a small mining town. Something evil comes, and it says taking life in the most chilling fashion. The latest victim, nature photographer Cliff Benson, was brutally killed while camping in the mountains. And so this just follows murders and something evil, and it sounds really intriguing. This one could tick off the tome from a genre you don't usually read, because I read a lot of mystery thriller, but this is actual horror, so which I do enjoy, but I don't read a lot of it. I don't find a lot that I'm interested in, so that could tick that one off. And that's it for my physical tomes, but I have some checked out. So I have Black Leopard, Red Wolf by Marlon James. This is an audiobook. It's really intense is what I've heard, very graphic, and I could use this as my audiobook challenge, and also my book by a Black author. Marlon James is a well-known Black author, and this book apparently is amazing, so I'm excited to read that. I also have The Assassin's Apprentice, which is ebook format, and it is another high fantasy. This one is by Robin Hobbs. I don't know how many pages it is, but I do know it is a tome. I've seen the thing is thick. She thick. So Reagan from Peruse Projects talks about these books all the time, and I've been wanting to try them, so I figured why not during Tome Topple, try that out. So the last book that I do have that I can read, Lord, this one's a long one too. And this one I own on Audible. So I also have The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon, which is another epic fantasy book. I feel like most epic fantasy books are massive. That's why a lot of them get picked for Tome Topples. I'm almost done. And this one is by Samantha Shannon, and this could be the longest one on my TBR. I bought it over a year ago on Audible. I did start it, but I only listened to like an hour of it, and I was like, all right, this isn't gonna work. So I'm gonna maybe try it again. So I'll put on the screen, those are all the books that I have for Tome Topple. Will I get a bingo? Probably not. Will I get to all of these? Definitely not. But those are the books that I have available, which I like kind of having an option. So it's a tentative TBR, you know. So if you're doing Tome Topple, let me know, and let me know what your picks are. I've been looking at, or I've been watching some YouTube videos, enjoying seeing what other people are reading, and I did try to get a few of them too from the library, but most of them had holds on them, except for The Assassin's Apprentice. I did get that one. All right, and actually last night I started this book called Consent by Donna Freitas. Another library book that I've had since February that I'm trying to read before it gets sent back. And this is a memoir of unwanted attention. It is about a stalker who was her mentor, and how the university handled it, since it takes place at her grad school. Well, I'm only about 10-15 pages in. It is interesting, and I am enjoying reading it. Of course, I hate that someone even went through this, but I am glad that she decided to share her story, and I'm looking forward to reading it. I also picked up The Vanishing Half by Brit Bennett. This one is about twins who grew up in the South, and they both went in completely different directions. One seems to have pushed away, or stifled her Black roots. The other has not, and it talks about how that affects their lives. And this, I know there's the Krusty, the hottie, I don't know when it is. I could have sworn it's called the Krusty Club. Okay, it's a really attractive name, but it's a book club that focuses on I don't know if it's completely Black or if it's just people of color or other minorities, but they read books featuring or written by people of color, minorities, maybe only Blacks, but I wanted to be involved, and I could have sworn I saw this on their TBR either for August or September, and I checked their Twitter and it's not, so I was wrong, but I still want to read it because it sounds really good. And lastly, if I have time this month, I would like to read The Windfall by Diksha Basu, or Diksha Basu, I'm not sure how exactly to pronounce that, I'm sorry. This one follows a family who are poor, and they're living in tiny apartments with gossipy neighbors, kind of in the poorer part of town. And the father and the husband comes into a large sum of money from internet venture, like it actually worked out for them. So since they have so much money, he moves them to the rich side of town, and it just talks about how having money, you know, doesn't always buy happiness. It talks about the precariousness of social status, and you know, just because you have money doesn't change who you are. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot to tell them. Get off the couch like that, please. I am on the holds list for The Empire of Gold by S.A. Chakravorty, which is the third and final book for the Daevabad series. I finished Kingdom of Copper last night, and it was, my gosh, fantastic. I loved it. 5 stars. If at any point this month that book comes up, my turn comes around, I will be dropping whatever I'm doing and picking that book up instead because I need it. It is out, obviously, if I can get it from the library, but it's not on Guam. Our libraries are still closed for now, and I want it really badly. I could buy the ebook, but I'm really trying to wait until the physical copy gets to Guam because I want to own the physical copy of it. All right, so if you have read any of these or plan to read any of these, let me know in the comments how you feel about them. I am vlogging the Tome Topple, and this time I'm going to actually edit and upload it because I know Sam, well, I don't know her personally, but I've been following Sam for a number of years now, and I know she is not gonna play us like other people have. Anyways, I will be vlogging. I think it'll be 2 week-long vlogs. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!
You're the night sky trying to make me see your stars.